Darby with Rejoice and Create, and I'd like to share this project with you today. And as you can see by the box, it's a gift for Father's Day. It's a nice size box, actually. It's 4 inches wide, 4 by 4 inches, and it's 3.5 inches tall. And it was built for a specific reason, because my husband likes nuts. So we make a box to fit the nuts, the can of nuts, and it fits it quite well, but certainly can fit a lot of other things in there as well. And if you stay tuned, I'll show you how I made it. Alright, so what we need for the box are 2 pieces of cardstock that are 5.5 by 8.5, and this is just an 8.5 by 11 piece cut in half. And 1 piece for the lid that's 6 1/16 by 6 1/16, and it's not too scary, it's just the 1 tick mark beyond the 6 inch that's on the Stampin' trimmer, and that's just so it'll fit over the top of the box nicely. Alright, so let's go ahead and score our pieces. Get the Stampin' trimmer up. And we'll go ahead and score the base first. I have 2 pieces for the base, 8.5 by 5.5, and we'll put the 8.5 side up and score it at 4 inches and 8 inches. Now if you have an 8.25 inch piece, you can still do this. It's just that your tab will only be 1/4 inch wide instead of 1/2 inch. Alright, so go ahead and turn it clockwise, and we'll score it at 2 inches. Alright, let's go ahead and do the same thing for the other piece. Put the 8.5 side up, score it at 4 inches, score it at 8 inches, turn it clockwise, and score it at 2 inches. Alright, now we'll go ahead and score the top, and we'll just go ahead and score that at 1 inch all the way around. Okay, that's all of our scoring. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the base of the box, and we'll start by folding the score lines and sharpening them up. Now both of the pieces are going to be exactly the same, and what we see is we have a narrow strip on one side and then the 2 sides of the box. What we're going to do is to cut off that bottom, the one that's 2 inches on that narrow strip. So go ahead and cut right up the score line, and then we'll make just a little bit of a notch down that way. And you can just go ahead and notch it just a little bit on this side just so it doesn't pop up over the top of the box. Okay, and then we'll just cut right up this side. And we're just going to cut off of the score line, neaten that up a little bit, and just slightly, ever so slightly, we'll just cut a little bit off of each side. Alright, and we'll do the exact same thing to the other one. Alright, so we have the 2 bases of our box. Now what we're using to decorate the box comes from the Designer Series paper stack that is called Wood Textures. And it really is neat because it looks like wood textures. There are several different designs of different color tones, and it actually is the same color and texture on the front and the back of the paper, so it actually does look like a piece of wood. And it certainly lends itself to a lot of different natural projects, especially the crates, but it lends itself very well to masculine cards and masculine projects. So we'll go ahead and use that, and what we'll need is for the side, we'll need 4 pieces of paper that are 3.5 inches by 3 inches, and that 3.5 inches is along the side. So if you're using a texture and you want the wood grain to run along the side, that's the 3.5 inch side, and the height is 3 inches. And then you'll need 1 piece of paper that's 3.5 by 3.5, and that will decorate the top. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring our sides back, and let's go ahead and put the paper on now, because it's a lot easier when it's flat. And we'll go ahead and use some snail and decorate the sides of the box. And I did it so it's a little bit bigger of a border around each side. And we'll just line them all up. Here's the other side. And last one. Oops, let me throw it away first. No. Okay, let's go ahead and get that back on there. All right, and let's go ahead and put our sides together. And this I'm going to use fast view. So we'll go ahead and put some fast views on a tab. Try to get it close to the score line so it holds it together well. And try to lining up the top of the box along one of the lines on my grids so that I get it even all the way around. All right. And then we'll put some fast views on the other tab. Again, try to get as close to the score line as possible. And go ahead and fold that over. And that makes our box, and certainly it's a good size box, 4 inches by 4 inches. And there's really no front and back because there's 2 seams on this one. So I'll go ahead and put these 2 down, and I'm going to put glue on both of these tabs because you'll notice that they don't overlap. They meet in the middle. So if they don't both have glue on it, it won't be as strong as it needs to be. So this one's one of the bottom ones, and I'll use this one as a bottom one. Okay, so I'll get some glue on this and some on this one. Okay. All right, so we'll hold these 2 in and square it up and put those 2 on. All right, we'll go ahead and push the bottom down, and there's our base. And we'll set that aside while we'll do the top. All right, so let's score our score lines on this one. And you can see our tabs in the corner. Just cut straight up the rectangle side of it and just trim in a little bit on the little square tab side. And we'll turn that and repeat it. All right, let me flip that over and I'll put the top on. I'll decorate the top with that last piece that was 3.5 inches, 3.5 inches. And let's go ahead and put some fast views on all the tabs. And just line those up and put it together. Now I'm going to put 2 of them together, opposite each other. And then what I'm going to do is put the box down in it so I can snug the other 2 up to the side of the box. And there we go. That's our box. For our tag, we're using a piece of 3.5 inch by 2 inch Early Espresso and the scallop tag topper punch. And just go ahead and feed that in until you're sure it's on the end. Cut it out, turn it around, and do the same thing all the way down. All right, to make it look a little bit more rustic, we're going to use a length of burlap ribbon approximately 6 inches long. And we're going to feed it through from under one side, across the center, and then down the other way. And we'll cut that once we get ready to put it on the lid so we know what size we need. But to keep it in place, what I did was just put a little line of fast views on there, and that kind of holds it in place while we're doing the rest of that. Very vanilla, and I'm using the Happy Father's Day from the Nailed It, and I'll go ahead and line that up where the punch can reach from the side, because what I'm going to do is use the Pretty Label punch and cut it out so that the Happy Father's Day is kind of up and down the length of the punch. All right, so just kind of center it till it looks nice, and go ahead and punch that out. And now, in order to make it look like it's screwed in on the ends, I'm using the little slotted screw and some basic gray. And we'll just go ahead and put a screw on the top. And looks like my ink pad needs a little bit more ink, but we'll try to squeeze a little bit out and put one on the bottom. Okay, that's good. All right, and I want to pop it up on there a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some of the bones, as I've heard them call, of the sides of my dimensionals and cut 2 sections of each of the sides. And I'm going to put it on either side of the center of my burlap ribbon. And take those off. Certainly you can cut the dimensionals in half too if you don't have any of those left. And just go ahead and center it. All right, let me bring my box over here. And we'll go ahead and put it right across the middle, and I want to put those up on dimensionals. And hopefully I have enough left to put one in each corner. Let's see. I'm waiting for an order to come in as we speak. All right, let me take those off. And we'll put it right on the top. We'll center it in the top. Okay, and let me get my scissors and we'll just cut these at a little bit of an angle. I like it a little bit hanging off though, kind of gives it texture beyond. There we go. All right, and all ready for another can of nuts. Okay, I just wanted to make one note that for this project I did use the Nailed It stamp set, and the Nailed It stamp set is now retired. So if you have this one, by all means, it works really well. And I used the pretty label punch to go ahead and cut that out. But if you don't have that one yet, there are other alternatives. Just look around your stash and use what you have. Here is another example using the labeler alphabet. And I printed out Happy Father's Day with a labeler alphabet and I put it on sideways. Otherwise I made the tag the same way. And certainly even up in vertical or sideways, it makes a very pretty packaging. And if you don't have that label punch, you can certainly use one of the layering ovals. And I used the 1 2/3 largest. It's 1 1/4 inches approximately by 2 1/4 inches. And I actually created a label doing that. The base is the same. I just stamped out Happy Father's Day on the oval and used it that way. So look around, use what you have, and I'm sure you can come up with something very creative and wonderful for your Father's Day presents. All right, back to the video. So that's my project today, a wood textured gift box for Dad, and it will hold a can of nuts, the standard planner's version, or at 4 inches by 4 inches by 3.5, it will hold quite a few different things, and certainly if you vary the color of the cardstock and the DSP, it would make a very nice gift box. And so I hope you give it a try, and until I see you again, I hope you have a blessed day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.